They placed me on a flimsy folding chair pressed against the restroom wall. The stench of disinfectant and cheap lavender spray seeped through the cracks, mingling with perfume, champagne, and laughter I wasn't included in. Even the relatives who hadn't shown their faces in 10 years were seated at the front, sipping wine and basking like minor royalty. That was my role in this family. An afterthought, a shadow to be tolerated, never celebrated. I didn't argue. I didn't weep. I simply rose, brushed down my jacket, and slipped out the door without a sound. 10 minutes later, my sister's wedding day began collapsing, and the cracks spread faster than anyone could control. There was a time when she and I were inseparable. We stole cookies in the dead of night, whispered secrets under blankets, clung to each other when thunderstorms rattled the windows. She once swore we'd always be allies, that nothing would pull us apart. But promises in our family dissolved as quickly as they were spoken. She learned young how to earn applause. Smiles, charm, submission. I was none of those. I was stubborn, quiet, unwilling to bend for anyone. That made me the cautionary tale, while she rose into the golden child. Still, when she called months ago, her voice breaking, begging me to stand by her side on the most important day of her life, I said yes. Foolish. Hopeful. I wanted to believe she meant it. But it wasn't just the chair that told the truth. It was her face when I arrived. Relief, not joy. It was the sideways glances from her new in-laws, clearly primed with stories she'd fed them. It was my name, handwritten at the very bottom of her seating chart, crammed beside the bathroom door. Hospitality wrapped in humiliation. That's when the shift happened inside me. I didn't storm out because rage is messy. No, I left calm, quiet, deliberate. Because I wasn't walking away with nothing. What my sister never realized was that her perfect wedding ran through me. Every contract, every payment, every fragile piece of planning had passed across my desk, through my email, under my passwords. She thought giving me the tedious jobs was control. She didn't see it for what it was. Leverage. In the parking lot I pulled out my phone. One app. One command. Cancel. The florist. The band. The lighting crew. Each received polite automated notices about unpaid balances. Balances I had carefully rerouted to her personal card months ago. The caterers were already unloading trays when they got their notice. They packed up everything and drove off without a word. And the cake, a towering monument of 5 tiers and sugar, never even left the bakery. Hours before delivery, I'd instructed them to hold it until the final payment cleared. Never would. By the time I stepped back inside the hall, the ripples had already spread. Laughter dulled into whispers. Guests picked at half-empty plates. Wine glasses clinked with unease. The music stuttered awkwardly. Then came her scream. She stood trembling in the middle of the hall, mascara streaking, veil slipping. The caterer left. The flowers aren't coming. Where's the cake? The guests exchanged looks, some sympathetic, others entertained. And then her eyes found me. I sat exactly where she had placed me, in the folding chair by the restroom. Hands folded neatly, face unreadable. She staggered toward me, voice breaking. What did you do? I tilted my head, calm as ever. Exactly what you asked. I handled the logistics. The realization spread across her face slowly, horror blooming like ink in water. Her lips parted, her eyes wide, as though she were staring at someone she no longer recognized. No, she whispered. You wouldn't. I leaned in, my voice low, meant for her alone. You made me invisible. Tonight, I made you unforgettable. By midnight, the wedding lay in ruins. No flowers, no music, no feast. Guests drifted out hungry, buzzing with gossip louder than any DJ. Her breakdown had already made its way into the family group chat before she'd even taken off the dress. And me. I drove home in silence, windows open, cool night air washing over me. For the first time I didn't feel small, forgotten or shoved aside. Felt seen. Because humiliation cuts both ways. When they sat me beside that restroom they gave me permission. I didn't destroy her wedding. I simply corrected the seating chart. And this time, everyone noticed exactly where I belonged.